What's up? It's your girl Tia Norfleet, and I'm the first African American female NASCAR driver and licensed by ARCA. Well, I'm a second generation driver. My dad actually drove in the truck series, and that's pretty much how I got involved in it. I got my license in 2010, and from there I just been, just trying to make a name for myself in the sport and open up doors that have yet to be open, and hopefully I can be the one to facilitate that. My dad is Bobby Norfleet. He was number 34. Yeah, I've been to several practice sessions with him, and I've been in different, racetracks, different cities with him in the garage, and just even from a business side of it in the meetings, sitting in, just soaking up everything. And what really inspired me um, was when I realized that I actually love to do it and that I can make a career out of it. Yeah, and that's just pretty much how it kind of went down. So in 2010, I decided, hey, I'm just gonna go try to get my license, and fortunately, it came to pass. It made me feel good. Honestly, it really wasn't the goal that we set out. I mean, we I just wanted to race. I just happened to be a black female. So it was really more of other people bringing it to the light opposed to me. And then, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I am. Let's do this. What a lot of people don't understand about this sport is it's a sponsor driven sport. So when you kind of think about it in layman's terms, it's like in order for you to progress and to get into a race and move forward into the sport, you have to have a financial backing, which is a sponsor. Because when you think about it, it costs the same amount of fuel, the same amount of tires, and to just practice. So you're kind of doing everything twice. So in order for me to get my license, we did do some things up and down the East Coast because NASCAR is primarily on the East Coast, but they do have a NASCAR West. But it was primarily up and down the East Coast. Yeah, of course. Actually, back in 2012, I was down in Daytona, preparing to get in the car um, during the same time that she was, and unfortunately, it didn't happen due to the powers that be at that moment. Kind of, I'm gonna just be real. They didn't want to take the shine away from Danica. Um, but I thought it only made sense that you start like a friendly rivalry and the ratings would go up. But I guess they didn't see it. But as far as Danica, I'm proud of what she's doing just for women. Just being a woman in general and standing up to the cliche of being in a white male dominated sport. She's doing her thing. She's making her mark, and you can't do anything but respect that. But yeah, I would love to race her one day. Unlike basketball and football, where you can go to your local gym or your local field and practice your craft for free as much as you can until you just dog tired. I'm not, I don't have that privilege. I have to literally pay for everything. I have to pay to practice, I have to pay to race. Oh, I was super excited about that. That was really an honor to be mentioned with, so many other great names like Viola Davis and so on and so forth. So I was definitely excited about it. And, coming from the screening tonight, it was really inspiring to me because being in that world and understanding the lingo and understanding what goes on behind the scenes and actually seeing it portrayed in a cartoon was really cool. And I noticed that I feel like this movie will motivate young women to want to do more and wants to be in this type of sport, this type of arena. And that's sort of the same thing that I'm trying to do. Um, yeah, we're just trying to rebuild and rebrand my image in the most positive light and just get the truth out there and let my story be told. And that's where we're at, just trying to get the financial backing to progress in the sport. And just because I know that at the end of the day, this is a lot bigger than me. And I'm trying to enlighten people into, understanding that I'm trying to open up doors and inspire generations to come. Just like the movie Cars 3, their movie, Cruz Ramirez, she was a female car. Right. And she came through. She was a little, skeptical about herself, wasn't really confident, and she got the opportunity, and it motivated me. In some ways I do. I'm not really I think I have a lot more confidence in myself than Cruz did. But the ending and how it all played out, I saw a little bit of myself in that. It was like, okay, story of the underdog. Everybody's trying to doubt you or don't want to give you an opportunity or even block your opportunities, just from, just malicious intent, just because they don't want to see you successful or they can't control you the way that they want to control you. So, just her overcoming that and still doing what she loved to do and proving the naysayers wrong is definitely a part of my story. Okay, yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Tia_34, Facebook at Tia Norfleet. My website is www.tianorfleet34.com. And shout out to my team, Eyelash Vision, Shantae and Mimi, keeps clients working. Big shout out to Hip Hop Weekly for having me. It was a pleasure sitting doing this interview with you guys. Thank you.